In this third exercise, we have another kind of cluster of question that is related to the cluster function, is the backup and the restore. So let's enter to the cluster instance CKA 8342. You can see that we have a node, one node, and the question is, before to skyroot island's peak transition infrastructure upgrade, the DevOps team needs to ensure that data safety by to ensure data safety before performing complete etcd backup and restore cycle on the Kubernetes cluster. So the DevOps team want to make a complete test for backup and the restore cycle. So the question is to make a full backup or snapshot backup of the cluster and to save it in this folder. The cluster is listening on the internal port. We know that the port is 2379 and this is the EP. It is the local EP of this cluster. 12700. This is, we can see net stat. Net stat. I want to confirm that the cluster is listening on this port. Okay. Which port? Okay, the port is 2739. Okay, sorry, it's not installed. SS. Look here, 2379. I don't know why it did not come up with this option. Okay, let's see. I will make this off. Should go the group. Okay, it is the listening part 279. So the question is relating to the backup. It says also take on consideration that the cluster has the certificate, CA certificate in this folder, the server certificate, and the server key. So the first is to create the backup. To create backup snapshot, we have this command. But before to use it, we have to save. What do we want to save? So this is the folder that we where we want to save, and we have these parameters. The cluster running ports, the cluster certificate, the cluster key, the cluster certificate authority. But those should be done by sudo always. But there is okay. We have saved the folder, the page. In case if you have issue with the certificate, okay, I have to get OC. This is my pods. Want to know where is the certificate folder? The port that it start with HCD. This one. So if we can make it will give us the path to the cluster certificate authority path, the server, and the key. No, not this one. Key is here. So we have this is the server certificate. This is the server key, and this is certificate authority key. This one are very important that we have to use, or we have to check this folder, this file, manifest etcd dot yaml, and we make a grep. We made a grep. So it gives us the list of the most important certificates. Now, if you want to see the status of the snapshot that we have already created before, we, we use also the etcd control command with the snapshot status. Okay, we can see more output details. Okay, etcd snapshot status, etcd snapshot status. Okay, it says that etcd util. No, it's already used, but it's deprecated. No, it's not used. Okay, I don't know why there is now. Okay, maybe C2. Okay, okay, very nice. Now you can see this is the hash algorithm used, the revision, the total keys, the number of keys pairs in the snapshots. Each Kubernetes resource is one or more keys in a etcd, total size of the backup. Very nice. Now the second question is to make a restore. So if you want to make the restore, so same as the first question, we have to restore and not backup. The sudo etcd-ctl command snapshot restore and the source directory and destination directory. This directory not here should not be the etcd file. We have to create a new folder. If we will restore to the existing, the working directory, it will not work. We have to create a folder, and then we will show how to use this folder. For the moment, it's just to restore. Okay. Now that we have installed the restored the snapshot, the next step is to make change on the configuration, so to point our cluster to this new directory etcd restored. So we have to edit the the Kubernetes cluster manifest etcd, and we have to go to the data dir. Sorry, my keyboard. Data dir flag. This one. So this is the default Kubernetes directory that we will use. We will change to the restored. After that, Kubernetes will trigger that has been changed on the file, and will trigger the restart of the service. Okay, restored. Okay. Also, we have to update two other folders are volume mounts. Look here, cd restored, and another is volume. What is volume? Okay, volume. Okay, here host path. start. So we have changed this, the volume path and the volume mounts. Of course, with the dir directory, the data dir. After saving the manifest, the recovery setup was saved updated etcd. Kubernetes needs to detect the change and recreate etcd static port. Sometimes Kubernetes pick the change automatically within 3 to 30 seconds. But this can be slow or reliable. The best way is to use. Let's see. Get not not yet. Let me see the not the pods get pods in the native page keep. Okay, I will. Maybe I will change my internet connection. So we will go inside. Not yet restarted, it seems. Okay. 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 Systemctl. Stati. Kiblet. Okay. Let's restart it. So after modifying the directories, the service is not yet started. Let me restart. This is the main service responsible of the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, let's use sudo. confirm that everything is okay. Restore it. Restore it. Okay. For the time being, we will let this exercise like this, and we'll go to second exercise. Case of now fourth exercise. Now we have another namespace passenger IP, and the question is, Skyrot Islands passenger API team needs to configure that application with database connection settings. The deployment passenger API is already running in the namespace. Wiki. Let's see the deployments inside. Got all passenger API. Oh, sorry. I have to log inside the cluster instance. Everything looks fine. Now the question is state to create uh, two two configuration, the config map and the secret. Well, this is straightforward question. You need just to apply the command from the help and secret along with injection configuration into pods as overrun. This is the most important question. So the first question and second question is standard config maps creation with the details in the question. So we use the config create config map name passenger db from lateral. There is two options, from lateral or from file. From lateral, this is the key value db host passenger cluster, and other key is db port is 4532. This is the default Postgres SQL port. Second question is to create a secret key. Now the secret is generic. There is another secret kind tips, but we use generic. Name is passenger DB from lateral. It means from line. DB user. The first secret is value DB user with passenger SBC. The second is DB password with Skyrot. Secure. Wow. Look, this is not hash the password, but it will be stored after. Now, if you can get config maps, we can even describe. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Config my. Oh, sorry. Passenger db config. Sorry. Okay. You can see here the config map. Same for secret map. The second question is the most important. Is to update configuration deployment that are for value db host, db part, db user, db password, and use the one in the config map and secret db. This is generally the best way to use values in Kubernetes. So if the deployment passenger API, okay, passenger API. So generally the best way is to use, there is two kind of variables that we can use here. Value form or environment form. Two possibilities. So we'll use the best, the easiest one. So we have to go to the container. Now we will use environment one. Well, the best way is to add it in the beginning. So we will use the from the config maps